welcome to our YouTube channel Market Master Opinion. In this episode, we will talk about stock market very common code words. For newcomer, it becomes difficult to understand meaning of EPS, book value or PE, etc. Although these are frequently used in stock market. On TV show, stock analyst, anchor, broker use this code word for stock analysis. Before starting, we request you kindly subscribe our channel. Let's begin with current price. The current price indicates the last price at which a stock was traded on exchange. In case no trade has happened in a day, it indicates the last available price for a stock. Change in price. This indicates the difference between the current price and the close price of whichever period is being considered for a stock. Percentage change in price indicates the percentage change in price vice versa the close price of whichever period is being considered for a stock. Days high. Days high refers to the highest price that a stock has traded at during the day. Days low. Days low refers to the lowest price that a stock has traded at during the day. Days open. Days open indicates the price at which the first trade happened in the stock on the exchange for a given trading day. Previous close. Previous close is a stock closing price on the preceding day of a trading. Best bid. Best bid refers to the best potential price that buyers in the marketplace are willing to buy a stock. Best ask price. Best ask refer to the best potential price that sellers in the marketplace are willing to sell a stock. Volume. Number of shares indicates the number of stock traded in the exchange for a given stock in a given period of time. 52-week high. 52-week high indicates the highest price at which a stock has traded during the previous calendar year. 52-week low. 52-week low indicates the lowest price at which a stock has traded during the previous calendar year. Yearly change percentage indicates the change in price of the stock over the previous calendar year. Market capitalization. Market capitalization is the aggregate valuation of the company based on its current stock price and the total number of outstanding stocks. Face value. Face value indicates the base value of a stock as specified by the company at the time of the stock listing on exchange. Book value. Book value indicates the value of asset of the stock minus the value of liabilities, is indicative of the net value that shareholder would receive if all assets of the stock liquidated and its liabilities were paid off using the cash received. EPS Earning Per Share. EPS is calculated as a company's profit divided by the outstanding share of its common stock. Dividend yield percentage. Dividend yield percentage shows how much a company pays out in dividends each year relative to its share price. Dividend yield is calculated by dividing annual dividend per share by price per share. Average traded price. Average traded price at which the stock has been traded during the given period. TTM-PE, it is a valuation of a company's current stock price compared to its earning per share. It is calculated by dividing market price per share by earning per share. Upper circuit limit. Upper circuit limit is the price above which a stock price cannot trade on a particular trading day. Lower circuit limit. Lower circuit is the price below which a stock price cannot trade on a particular trading day. Yesterday's volume indicates the total number of stock which were traded in the last business day on a given exchange for a given stock. Yesterday's delivery percentage indicate the percentage of the volume which resulted in delivery of stock in the last business day on a given exchange for a given stock. 20 days average volume indicate the total number of stock which were traded in the last 20 business days on a given exchange for a given stock. 20 days average delivery percentage indicate the percentage of the volume which resulted in delivery of stock in the last 20 business days on a given exchange for a given stock. Key ratio. Key ratio are the main mathematical ratio that illustrated and summarize the current financial condition of a company. Key ratio can be used to easily obtain an idea of a company's financial status. PE. It is a valuation ratio of a company's current stock price compared to its earning per share EPS. It is calculated by dividing market price per share by earning per share. ROE, return on equity. ROE measures the profitability of the company, vice versa the shareholders' equity, company's asset minus debt held in the company. ROE is equal to net income, shareholders' equity. Debt to equity. The debt to equity DE ratio is calculated by dividing a company's total liabilities by its shareholders' equity. It indicates the extent to which a company has leveraged its own asset by borrowing money in form of debt. A high DE ratio usually indicates higher risks. However, if the company is generating more income than cost of serving the debt, that is interest to be paid, then the shareholder will benefit. Net margin. The net profit margin is equal to how much net income or profit is generated as a percentage of revenue generated by the company. It is useful when comparing multiple companies. Valuation. Valuation are the most important element of arriving the decision of whether the share of a particular company should be purchased or not. Higher growth companies deserve higher valuation. Dividend yield percentage. Dividend yield percentage shows how much a company pay out in dividend each year relative to its share price. Dividend yield is calculated by dividing annual dividend per share by price per share. Management ratio. The management effectiveness as suggested by the ROCE and ROE reflect the return the company makes on every rupees 100 invested. Higher return ratio reflect higher strength in the company's business model. ROCE, return on capital employed, is calculated by dividing net profit before interest and tax by the total capital employed. ROCE shows the percentage of profit generated on total capital. Higher percentage implies better ability of the company to meet its creditors' dues. Asset turnover ratio. Asset turnover measures a firm efficiency at using its assets in generating sales or revenue. The higher the number, the better. It is calculated by dividing net sales by total asset. Inventory turnover ratio. Inventory turnover ratio indicate how fast the stock is moving and generating sales. It is calculated by dividing cost of goods sold by average stock. Net profit margin. The net profit margin is equal to how much net income or profit is generated as a percentage of revenue generated by the company. It is useful when comparing multiple companies. Corporate action. A corporate action is any activity that brings material change to an organization and impact its stakeholders, including shareholders, both common and preferred, as well as bondholders. Bonus. Bonus indicates that a company has issued bonus share to the holder of the stock as on a particular date called record date. This bonus share will be issued as a ratio of holding held and will be effected on what is known as X date, where the unit will be credited to the demat account of the holder of the stock. Split indicate that a company has broken up its stock into smaller face value units in a given ratio and will affect all holders of stock regardless of when they were held. Split also works according to a ratio, and on the X date of the split, the price of the stock get adjusted, reduced according to split ratio. Rights issue is a corporate action where a company tries to increase its capital by issuing new stock. The preference, however, for these new securities will be given to the existing holder of the stock to prevent dilution. The holder have an option to exercise their right by paying exercise price and will be issued new stock, else their holding will be diluted to extent of a new share issue. Dividend is a corporate action whereby the company distributes a percentage of its earning to its various stakeholders. This is done by considering eligibility holding of a shareholder on a given record date and then crediting the dividend to their bank account on the execution of X date. Dividends are usually issued as a percentage of the face value of a company. Board meeting indicates a date which the board of the company will meet. Usually this will be done on a regular schedule to discuss any matter of policy or any major problems. AGM, Annual General Meeting. AGM is a regular and mandatory meeting held yearly where director of the company meet to present annual report of the company's performance and strategy. Shareholder may also vote in this meeting on any key decision points impacting the company. EGM, Extraordinary General Meeting. EGM is a meeting called between annual general meetings in case of any emergencies or urgent decision needing to be taken. Result. This is a key event whereby a company declares its quarterly result. This usually will be done in two parts, where the company will release a stand-alone result and consolidated result. Stand-alone result usually is the result of just the listed entity, whereas consolidated result takes into account incomes, expense, etc. of all the subsidiary entities to give a true picture of the results. Profit and loss. The profit and loss statement is a financial statement that summarizes the revenue, cost, and expense incurred during a specific period, usually a fiscal quarter or a year. The record provides information about a company's ability or inability to generate profit by increasing revenue, reducing cost, or both. Operating profit. Operating profit from business operation, gross profit minus operating expense before deduction of interest and taxes. Other income. Other income is income that does not come from a company's main business. This can include income from interest received, rent, fixed asset sales, property lease, etc. Interest. This is the income being made by the interest received by the company on any kind of lending they may have done to external entities. Depreciation. Depreciation is an accounting method of allocating the cost of a tangible asset over its useful life and is used to account for declining in value. Usually, this is applied to fixed assets like equipment or technology which do not appreciate in value over time. Tax. Tax levied by a government on the profit of a company. Profit after tax measures that looks at a company's profit after the company has to pay corporate income tax. Balance sheet. A balance sheet is a financial statement that reports a company's asset, liabilities, and shareholders' equity at a specific point in time and provide a basic for computing rates of return and evaluating its capital structure. Share capital. The amount of share capital or equity financing of a company has raised over time. Reserve and surplus. This is money which is kept as reserve for some specific purpose. Surplus is where profit of a company are held. Secured loan. Here the borrower pledges some asset as collateral for the loan. Other liabilities. A group of current liabilities that are not assigned to common liabilities such as debt, obligation, or accounts payable. Total liabilities. The total debt and financial obligation owed by the company to individuals or organization at any specific period of time. Fixed asset. The assets which are purchased for a long-term use and are not likely to be converted quickly into cash, such as land, building, and equipment. Investment. Any money deployed by the company in the hope of making return in the future. Net working capital aggregate amount of all current assets and current liabilities. Other asset, a grouping of accounts that are listed as a separate line item. This line item contains minor assets that do not naturally fit into any of the main asset categories. Total asset referred to the total amount of asset owned by the company. Cash flow. The total amount of money being transferred into and out of business, especially as affecting liquidity. Shareholder pattern. The shareholder pattern page presents the promoter holding, FIIs holding, DIIs holding, and shareholder by general public. Mutual fund holding. Mutual fund holding points out the percentage stake the respective mutual fund scheme hold in the company. These are the few stock market code words which regularly used by stockbroker, stock analyst, business channel anchor, and other people related with share bazaar. Hope we have able to give you specific information that will help you to choose valuable stock from the thousands of listed stock from a stock market. If you have enjoyed the video, kindly share and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching our video.